Congratulations, you're going to be a grandmother. My daughter-in-law Jessica squealed, waving a pregnancy test at our family dinner. My son David jumped up, tears in his eyes. Really? We're having a baby? Jessica nodded, glowing. Yes, I'm 8 weeks along, the family erupted. Hugs. Champagne joy. But I stayed seated, silent. Because I'm Dr. Margaret Chin, retired OBGYN, 30 years delivering babies. And that pregnancy test, it was fake. The symptoms Jessica described? Wrong timeline. Her supposedly glowing skin, no hormonal changes. Her morning sickness story? Medically inconsistent, I knew she was lying. The question was why. So I did what any concerned mother would do. I installed cameras in their house while helping set up the nursery. What I discovered made my blood run cold. Jessica wasn't just faking a pregnancy. She was planning something far worse. And it involved my death. 3 weeks earlier, I sat in my living room reading medical journals when David called. Mom, can you come over for dinner tonight? Jessica wants to tell the family something important. What is it? She won't say, but she's really excited. Please come? I agreed. Drove to their apartment in Brooklyn, modest 2-bedroom. David's salary as an engineer paid for it, not my money. I'd given them space. Never interfered, even though I never quite trusted Jessica. She was 28, beautiful. 500,000 Instagram followers, called herself a lifestyle influencer. Translation: she posted photos of brunch and got paid for it. They'd married 2 years ago after dating for 6 months. Fast. Too fast. But David loved her, and I wanted him happy. I arrived at 7. Jessica opened the door in a designer dress. Margaret, so glad you could make it. She never called me Mom, always Margaret. Like we were colleagues, not family. Of course. What's the big news? You'll see, she winked. Inside, David was setting the table. My brother Tom and his wife Linda were already there. Maggie, Tom hugged me. Any idea what this is about? None. We sat down. Jessica served dinner, kept glancing at David with this secretive smile. Finally, dessert came. Jessica stood up. I have an announcement, she said, her voice trembling with emotion. David took her hand. We have an announcement. Jessica pulled something from her pocket, a pregnancy test, 2 pink lines. We're pregnant. The room exploded, Linda screamed. Tom clapped David on the back. David was crying happy tears. Everyone hugged, talked over each other. How far along? 8 weeks, Jessica said. We found out yesterday. How do you feel? Morning sickness is rough, but I'm so happy. When's the due date? March 15th? I watched, listened, smiled, and knew she was lying. 8 weeks pregnant doesn't show morning sickness that severely yet. Wrong timeline. The test looked cheap, dollar store brand, easy to fake with water or certain chemicals. Her belly wasn't bloated, her skin wasn't changing, no hormonal glow. Everything about this felt wrong. After dinner, I cornered David in the kitchen. Have you been to a doctor yet? Jessica has an appointment next week. Why? Just curious, first grandchild, you know. He grinned. I can't believe it, Mom. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm happy for you, sweetheart. But I wasn't. I was suspicious. The next day, I made some calls, doctor to doctor, found out which OBGYN Jessica supposedly booked with, called the office. Hi, this is Dr. Margaret Chin. I'm calling about my daughter-in-law Jessica Parker's appointment. I'm sorry, we don't have a patient by that name. Can you double check? Jessica Parker, 28 years old. Keyboard clicking. No, ma'am. No Jessica Parker in our system. She lied about the doctor appointment. I started digging, called 3 other OBGYN practices in Brooklyn. None had Jessica as a patient. Checked pharmacy records through my old hospital connections. No prenatal vitamins prescribed to Jessica Parker. No folic acid, no pregnancy-related medications, nothing. I needed more information. So I did something I'm not proud of. I hacked Jessica's Instagram. Easy, actually. Her password was David's birthday plus her cat's name. Found it in 5 minutes. Scrolled through her DMs. Found messages with someone named Ryan, her brother. The conversations made my stomach turn. Ryan, did you do it yet? Jessica, tonight. Family dinner, going to announce the pregnancy. Ryan, You got the fake test? Jessica. Yeah, bought 3 from Amazon. They look real. Ryan. How long you gonna keep this going? Jessica. 6 months. Then fake a miscarriage. Tragic. Everyone will feel sorry for us. Ryan. And then? Jessica. Then we get the inheritance money. Old lady can't live forever. Old lady me. They were planning to fake a pregnancy, fake a miscarriage, and wait for me to die. Or worse. I kept reading. Jessica. What if she doesn't die soon enough? Ryan. Then we help things along. I've done it before. My hands shook. I screenshotted everything, backed it up to 3 different cloud accounts. Then I kept digging through Ryan's social media. Found articles. 3 elderly women in different states. All died in accidents in their homes. All had recently changed their wills to include young female relatives who'd married into the family. Ryan was in the background of photos at all 3 funerals. This wasn't Jessica's first rodeo. It was Ryan's. He was a professional con artist, and my daughter-in-law was his accomplice. I needed evidence. Real evidence. Something that would hold up and protect David. So I bought cameras, tiny ones, motion activated, cloud storage, called David. Hey, sweetheart, I'd love to help set up the nursery. Can I come over this weekend? That would be amazing, Mom. Jessica's been overwhelmed planning everything. I bet she has. Saturday morning, I arrived with paint samples and baby furniture catalogs. Margaret, you didn't have to do all this. Jessica hugged me. Fake smile, fake gratitude, fake pregnancy. Of course I did. First grandchild. We spent the day planning the nursery where the crib would go, what color to paint the walls. Jessica played the part perfectly, touching her flat stomach, talking about baby names. I've always loved the name Emma, she said dreamily. That's beautiful. While she was in the bathroom, I installed cameras. 1 in the living room, 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the hallway, hidden in smoke detectors, in picture frames, in a decorative plant, all connected to my phone, all recording. By evening, I had eyes everywhere. Thank you so much for today, Jessica said as I left. You're going to be such an amazing grandmother. I can't wait, I lied. At home, I opened the camera feeds on my laptop, waited. At 8 p.m., Ryan arrived, let himself in with a key. She's gone? He asked. Yeah, God, that woman is exhausting, Jessica said. She dropped the sweet act immediately, grabbed a beer from the fridge. How's the pregnancy going? Ryan smirked. David believes it completely. He cried when I told him. Sucker. I almost feel bad. He's actually excited. Don't feel bad. Feel rich. How much is the old lady worth? $8 million, plus the properties, plus life insurance. Ryan whistled. Not bad. How long you think before she kicks it? She's 65, could be another 20 years. We're not waiting 20 years. So what do we do? Same as the others. Tragic accident, gas leak, fall down the stairs. Something that looks natural. Jessica was quiet for a moment. You really think we can pull this off? I've done it 3 times already. Easy money. What if David finds out? He won't. He's too dumb to question anything. Just keep playing the loving wife. They clinked beer bottles. I was recording everything. For 3 weeks, I watched, recorded, documented. Jessica researching how to fake pregnancy symptoms. Ryan Googling untraceable poisons. Jessica ordering a fake pregnancy belly online. Both of them planning my murder like it was a grocery list. And then Jessica announced she was throwing a baby shower. I want to do a big baby shower, Jessica announced at Sunday brunch. 200 guests, all my influencer friends, we'll live stream it. David looked worried. Isn't that expensive? Your mom will help pay for it. Right, Margaret? She turned to me with those big innocent eyes. Of course, I said. How much do you need? $20,000 should cover it. David choked on his coffee. $20,000? It's my first baby, David. I want it to be special. I'll take care of it, I said calmly. Jessica beamed. You're the best, Margaret. $20,000. She wanted me to pay for my own public humiliation because I knew exactly what Jessica planned. A lavish party, live streamed to her followers, sympathy and attention, when she eventually lost the baby. But I had other plans. I have one condition, I said. What's that? I want to help organize, pick the venue, coordinate the AV setup. You don't have to. I insist. I used to plan medical conferences. I'm good at this stuff. Jessica hesitated, then shrugged. Okay, sure. Perfect. I hired a company, not just any AV company, the best. Professional live streaming setup, multiple cameras, giant projection screen. It's for a baby shower, I told the tech guy. My daughter-in-law is an influencer. She wants it to look amazing. We'll make it look like a Hollywood production, he promised. I also hired a private investigator, former cop, specialized in fraud, gave him everything, the Instagram messages, the camera footage, the connection to Ryan's previous victims. This is attempted murder conspiracy, he said. You should go to the police now. Not yet. I need to make sure my son sees the truth. If I tell him now, she'll convince him I'm lying. This is risky. I know, but I need him to see her for who she really is. The investigator nodded. I'll have everything ready. Full report, video compilation, everything. Thank you. The baby shower was scheduled for Saturday, November 4th, 6 weeks away. I had 6 weeks to prepare the perfect exposure. 3 days before the shower, I installed my own cameras at the venue, backup systems. Just in case Jessica tried to sabotage anything, I wasn't taking chances. The week before the shower, Jessica ramped up the performance, posted daily bump photos. 16 weeks. Baby is the size of an avocado. Except she was wearing a fake belly. I could tell. The shape was wrong. Too high. Too round. She posted cravings. Ice cream and pickles at 3 a.m. She posted nursery updates. Can't wait to meet our little one. David was completely absorbed, texting me constantly. Mom, did you see Jessica's post today? Mom, can you believe we're having a girl? A girl. Jessica had announced the gender without any ultrasound. Another lie on top of lies. But David believed every word. On Friday night, the night before the shower, I couldn't sleep. Checked the camera feeds obsessively. At 11 p.m., Ryan showed up at David and Jessica's apartment. David was already asleep. Jessica let Ryan in quietly. Tomorrow's the big day, Ryan said. I'm nervous. Don't be, you've got this. Play the glowing mom-to-be. Cry when you open presents. Thank everyone, it'll be perfect. What about Margaret? She's been so helpful, I feel weird about taking her money. Don't. She's loaded, and she won't need money where she's going. When are we doing it? 2 weeks after the shower. After the sympathy from the fake miscarriage. Then we make our move? How? Carbon monoxide. I'll install a faulty heater. She'll go to sleep and never wake up completely undetectable. Jessica nodded slowly. Okay, we can do this. We've done it before. This is number 4. We're pros. They high-fived. I saved the video, added it to the compilation. Tomorrow, everyone would see who Jessica Parker really was. Saturday morning. The venue looked perfect, pink and white balloons, elegant table settings, a throne-like chair for Jessica. The projection screen was massive, 10 feet by 6 feet, impossible to miss. Guests started arriving at 2 p.m. Jessica's influencer friends, David's co-workers, family members, 200 people all dressed up, all excited. Jessica looked stunning. White lace dress, fake pregnant belly perfectly positioned, hair and makeup flawless. She worked the room like a professional, hugging, laughing, posing for photos. David stood next to her, beaming. So proud. My heart broke for him, but I had to do this. At 3 p.m., the program started. Games, presents, cake. Jessica opened gifts, onesies, diapers, strollers. Cried at every sweet note. You guys are making me so emotional. The audience ate it up. Cameras live streaming to 50,000 viewers. At 4 p.m., it was time for speeches. Tom spoke first. To my nephew and his growing family, Linda went next. Jessica, you're glowing. We're so excited. Then Jessica stood up. I just want to thank everyone for coming. This has been the most magical day. David and I are so blessed. Our baby girl is going to be so loved. I can't wait to... I stood up. Before you continue, I said loudly, I have a special video presentation. Jessica froze. Oh, I didn't know. I made it myself about your pregnancy journey. The room went quiet. David looked confused. Mom, what are you doing? Trust me, sweetheart, everyone needs to see this. I walked to the AV booth. The tech guy looked at me. I nodded. He started the video. The screen lit up. Not baby photos, not ultrasounds. Screenshots of Jessica's Google searches. How to fake a pregnancy test. Buy fake pregnancy belly. Symptoms of miscarriage to fake. Gasps from the audience. Jessica's face went white. What is this? Keep watching, I said calmly. Next clip. Audio from my hidden cameras. Ryan's voice. You got the fake test? Jessica's voice. Yeah. Bought 3 from Amazon. They look real. The room erupted. People talking over each other. David stood up. Mom, what the hell is this? The truth, keep watching. More audio. Jessica. How long you gonna keep this going? Ryan. 6 months. Then fake a miscarriage. Someone in the audience yelled, She's faking the pregnancy? Jessica tried to run. 2 of my friends blocked the door. I'd warned them ahead of time. Let me out. Not yet, I said. There's more. The final clip played. Ryan. When are we doing it? Jessica. Doing what? Ryan. Killing the old lady. Carbon monoxide. Faulty heater. The room went silent. Horrified. Then chaos. People screaming. Phones out recording. Jessica sobbing. David stood frozen, staring at the screen. I walked up to the microphone. For those watching at home, my name is Dr. Margaret Chin. 3 weeks ago, my daughter-in-law announced she was pregnant. I'm a retired OBGYN. I knew immediately she was lying. I pulled out the fake pregnancy belly from behind the podium. The one I'd intercepted from Jessica's Amazon delivery. This is what she's been wearing. A fake belly. There is no baby. There never was. Jessica collapsed into a chair, sobbing. But it gets worse, I continued. Jessica and her brother Ryan have done this before. 3 times. 3 elderly women. All dead under suspicious circumstances. All had recently changed their wills to include a young woman who married into the family. I put up photos, the 3 previous victims, Ryan in the background of their funerals. Police in 3 states are investigating. They're here today. 2 detectives stepped forward from the crowd I'd coordinated with them. Jessica Parker, Ryan Parker, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit fraud and attempted murder. Jessica screamed, No, this is a mistake. Ryan tried to run, got tackled by an off-duty cop who happened to be a guest. Both were handcuffed. David finally walked up to Jessica. Is it true? He whispered. She couldn't look at him. Is any of it true? Were you ever pregnant? David, I can explain. Were you ever pregnant? No. He stepped back like she'd hit him. Did you love me? At all? Jessica was crying too hard to answer. Get her out of here, David said to the cops. They led her away. The crowd parted. 50,000 people watched live. The video was being screen recorded by dozens of guests. By the end of the day, it would have 10 million views. The baby shower was over. Guests left in stunned silence. Some were crying. Most were in shock. David sat alone in the empty venue, staring at nothing. I sat down next to him. I'm sorry, I said quietly. How long did you know? 3 weeks. Why didn't you tell me? Would you have believed me? He thought about it. No, probably not. I needed you to see it, with your own eyes. Otherwise, she would have convinced you I was lying. He nodded, tears running down his face. I really loved her, Mom. I know. I was so excited about the baby, about being a dad. You'll still be a dad someday, with someone who deserves you. He laughed bitterly. How am I supposed to trust anyone again? Time, therapy, healing. We sat in silence. Finally, he asked, What happens now? She goes to trial, Ryan, too. The police have all the evidence. What about me? You heal. You move on. You live your life. I don't know how. One day at a time. The video went viral. 20 million views in 48 hours. News outlets picked it up. Fake pregnancy exposed at baby shower. Jessica's influencer career imploded, lost all her sponsorships. Followers dropped from 500,000 to 20,000 in a week. The remaining followers were mostly people leaving hateful comments. Ryan's previous victims came forward, 5 total, all elderly women who died suspiciously. Police reopened all the cases. Jessica's trial was set for March. Conspiracy to commit fraud. Conspiracy to commit murder. Ryan's trial was separate. 5 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder. David filed for divorce, immediately annulment, actually. Fraud invalidated the marriage. He moved back in with me for a while. Too depressed to live alone. I'd find him sometimes just staring at the wall. Talk to me, I'd say. About what? Anything. I keep thinking about all the lies. Every smile, every I love you. All of it was fake. Not all of it. In the beginning, maybe some of it was real. That doesn't make it better. I know. He started therapy, twice a week. Slowly, he got better. Started going out with friends again. Went back to work. 3 months after the baby shower, he started dating someone new. Sarah, a teacher, made $45,000 a year. Had no idea who I was or what I was worth. She's nice, David said nervously. Want to meet her? I'd love to. Sarah came to dinner. Sweet, genuine. Talked about her students. At the end of the night, I pulled David aside. I like her. Really. Really. She has kind eyes. He smiled, first real smile in months. 6 months after the exposure, Jessica's trial began. I attended every day. David came to the sentencing. We needed closure. The trial lasted 2 weeks. Jessica's lawyer tried every angle. She was manipulated by her brother. She never actually harmed anyone. She deserves a second chance. The prosecution destroyed every argument. Showed the Instagram messages, the camera footage, the fake belly, the murder planning. Jessica took the stand on day 10, cried, apologized, begged for mercy. I was desperate, she sobbed. I made terrible choices, but I never would have actually killed anyone. The prosecutor asked, what about the carbon monoxide plan? That was Ryan's idea, but you agreed to it. Silence. Ms. Parker, did you or did you not discuss murdering Dr. Margaret Chen? Yes, but I wouldn't have gone through with it. How do we know that? 3 other women are dead. I didn't know about those. You knew about at least 2. You were at their funerals. Jessica had no answer. The jury deliberated for 6 hours. Guilty on all counts. Sentencing was 3 weeks later. The judge looked at Jessica with disgust. You preyed on a grieving mother's desire for grandchildren. You exploited your husband's love. You planned murder for money. The court sentences you to 8 years in state prison. Jessica collapsed, sobbing. Ryan's trial was worse. 5 counts of murder. The evidence was overwhelming. He got life without parole. David and I walked out of the courthouse together. It's over, he said. Yes. I thought I'd feel better, but I just feel empty. That's normal. Give it time. He nodded. Want to get coffee? I'd love that. 1 year after the baby shower, I stood in a different venue this time for real celebration. David and Sarah's wedding, small ceremony, 50 guests, nothing lavish. Sarah wore a simple white dress, smiled at David like he was her whole world. David looked happier than I'd seen him in years. During the reception, he pulled me aside. Thank you, Mom. For what? For saving me, for protecting me, for being willing to look crazy so I could see the truth. You're my son. I'd do anything for you. I know, and I love you. I love you too. Sarah joined us. Everything okay? Everything's perfect, David said. She smiled. Good, because I have news. She looked at me, then at David. I'm pregnant for real this time. David's eyes widened. What, really? Really, 8 weeks. I have the ultrasound pictures. She pulled them out. Actual medical ultrasound? Real baby. David hugged her, tears streaming. I looked at the ultrasound, checked the measurements, the dates, everything. All real. Congratulations, I said softly. Sarah hugged me. I hope you're ready to be a grandma, for real this time. I've been ready for years. 7 months later, I held my granddaughter. Emma Rose, 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Perfect. David kissed her forehead. Hi, baby. I'm your daddy. Sarah was exhausted but glowing. She's beautiful. She is, I agreed. Emma wrapped her tiny hand around my finger. And I thought about Jessica, rotting in prison for a fake baby, while I got to hold the real thing. Sometimes karma doesn't need help, but when it does, I'm happy to assist. I received a letter from Jessica in prison, debated throwing it away, but curiosity won. Dear Dr. Chin, I know you probably hate me. You have every right to. I've had 2 years to think about what I did, the lies, the manipulation, the plan to hurt you. I was greedy, cruel, selfish. I destroyed David's trust, hurt you, ruined my own life. I'm not writing to ask for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I'm writing to say thank you. Thank you for stopping me before I actually killed someone because I would have. Ryan convinced me it was easy, and I believed him. If you hadn't exposed me, I would be a murderer right now. Instead, I'm just a con artist, a liar, a fraud, which is bad enough, but not as bad as what I almost became. I'm getting help in here, therapy, understanding why I made the choices I made. It doesn't excuse anything, but it helps me understand. I heard David got married, had a baby. I'm glad. He deserves happiness. He deserves better than what I gave him. I hope you're well. I hope your granddaughter is healthy. I hope you know that you saved more than just your own life. You saved mine too. Sincerely, Jessica. I read the letter 3 times. Then I wrote back. Jessica, I received your letter. Thank you for writing. I don't hate you. I never did. I was disappointed, angry, hurt for my son. But hate? No. Hate takes too much energy, and I prefer to spend my energy on people I love. You made terrible choices, but you're right. I did save you from becoming a murderer, and I'm glad for that. Not because you deserve my mercy, but because David deserves closure. He's happy now, married, has a beautiful daughter, moved on with his life. I hope you find peace. I hope you learn from this, but most importantly, I hope you never hurt anyone again. That's the only thing that matters. Take care of yourself. Dr. Margaret Chin. I mailed the letter, filed it away, and went to play with my granddaughter, because life is too short to waste on people who don't deserve it. And I had a real baby to spoil the end. Did Jessica get what she deserved? What would you have done? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, you can support the channel by sending a super thanks. Your support helps me bring you more amazing stories like this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to reading your thoughts about Dr. Chin's revenge on your screen right now. You can see 2 more incredible stories I highly recommend. There's so much more content on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new story. See you in the next one.